That drum beat calls all ancestors, all helping spirits. There's something really special about these drums. I mean, there's always something special about my drums. But once again, I'm in love. I have different reasons for falling in love every time. So these ones were done during Truth and Reconciliation weekend. I'm going to cry. Um, so I was singing songs with the elders that were singing on CBC when we were stringing these drums. I was listening to their stories. I was taking time to weep. And I was very, very consciously aware that there was four of us there present. We were practicing a traditional art, a traditional practice like our ancestors would have. Okay, so maybe not the purple dye. That might be a little modern touch, but we were scraping hides. We were pulling out hair. We were cutting lacing. And we were cutting hides they call them from the green state. So the hunters bring them to us. They're salted, they're folded up, they're put in the freezers. They're brought out, they're thawed out, they're soaked again for like 5 days. We were engaged in a traditional practice of creating drums. They're not mechanically cleaned, they're hand cleaned. And there's something special about them. Each one is strung different one. This one has a little bit of a warp down here, just a little bit, but the sound is super deep and super powerful. It's like boom, 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 really deep voice. That's the back of it. So there's different positions where you can hold your hand. This one's a little shorter, so we left little openings so people could put their fingers in there. And if you wanted, you could get a neat piece of wood and string it. I wouldn't put a straight piece of wood because then when you hold the drum, it wobbles like this. So if I was to do it, I would do a cross so that once again, you can hold it like that. But it can be held like this, right? So I look at the short circle, and usually I'm resting a drum like this. I'm holding it very lightly. So I'm really holding it just with my thumb and this finger. These two fingers are just balancing it. And that's how I hold all of my drums, all of the time. So the vibration goes into the palm of my hand. My hand is open to receive. It's openly sharing the drum, and the drum is balanced. It's not going to wobble when I hit it, right? It's really balanced. So that's how I hold the drum. I just love that there's blue and the purple is gorgeous and that it's still see-through. There is something very magical about doing the traditional art of drum making during Truth and Reconciliation weekend. And this is the other one. So when the dye first hit, it was like an emerald green, and it still is. Like, because in some spots it's darker than others, right? But it came out like real teal, like this is the color. Voices are so deep, so beautiful. This one's got a little bit of hair, got a little mohawk left on the lacing right there. It's cute. It's cute. We intentionally left that and strung it. We're like, where's the hair gonna land? Where's the hair gonna land? And that's where it landed. An Indigenous man that makes powwow drums and hand drums down in Nooksack in Washington State. I go to him for my cedar rings. A couple guys from the local nation work with him, and they make these cedar rings, and they're quite beautiful. It's also protective. Grandmother cedar protects us. We use cedar branches to brush off. Like we on the prairies use sage to smudge. Here are cedar branches and cold mountain water to cleanse. So, interesting that we're talking a lot about cedar with the green one, eh? So he was strung this weekend, Truth and Reconciliation. I did consider dropping some orange on them, but then I just decided not to. The medicine of the songs, the medicine of the stories, the honoring truth, right? One of the laws of the grandfathers, that medicine is in these drums. That was the vibration and the medicine, the love for our First Nations ancestors, the love for the people here, the healing, the prayers of healing for them. Prayers of healing are put in the drums. Like it's all of the vibration of what's going on. I really enjoyed the experience of doing the traditional art of drum making during the Truth and Reconciliation weekend. I felt like I was honoring my ancestors. I was honoring the ancestors of Turtle Island. I had an elder, Auntie Mary Cocum. Some people called her Grandma Mary Malloway. She's in the spirit world now. She shared a teaching with me. She said, those aren't the bones of children that we're finding. Those are the bones of our ancestors. And she was right. Yes, they passed away as children, but they are our ancestors now. That went directly to my heart, and I went, yeah, Auntie, I hear that teaching. I hear that truth. That's the truth. They are. Those are, those bones we're finding our ancestors. Yeah, what a way to honor them. Oh, they're beautiful. They're so beautiful, and you can hear there is a subtle difference, but both of them have such beautiful voices. These are really beautiful, soothing drums. So the green one softly. Listen how long that resonance goes on for. Okay, now the purple one, softly. The purple one, softly. They're both really beautiful, and they resonate deep in the soul.